If you ever see this movie as a rerun, catch it if you can. I'm Mint Salad and I saw Catch Me If You Can. It is directed by Steven Spielberg, written by Jeff Nathanson, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This was requested by a Patreon. If you'd like to fast track a movie review, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. This movie starts and we're following Carl and he's picking up Frank. And then, time skip, 6 years before, Carl is just now being alerted about Frank's activities. He's doing a lot of forgery checks. He's pretending to be a co-pilot. He makes a lot of forgery checks, and I like how the movie goes in detail about how he does it. He has all these model planes, and he soaks them and then takes the logo off of the model planes and puts them on a check, and he changes the numbers around. He's real good at this, and he's able to trick a lot of people into getting, get this, $1-ish million. That's a lot of money. Of course, when we find out that Carl knows about Frank's deeds, it turns into a cat and mouse chase. I like how Carl is one step behind Frank the entire time, even to the point where we have Carl discovers Frank in a hotel room. Frank comes out and is like, hi, hey, look what we found here. We found this guy's cool way of doing the scams. And meanwhile, we have Carl. He's like, put your hands up where I can see you. And Frank confuses Carl to the point where Frank gives Carl his wallet and is able to just run away with everything. And it takes a little while for Carl to realize, oh man, I've been duped. And so he's like, I've got to get this guy. You know what I like? There's 3 Christmases. First Christmas, ring, ring, ring. Hey, bud, you're not going to catch me. Second Christmas, ring, 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 ring. Hey, can you not, please? Can you not please just stop pursuing me, please? Just stop it. And Carl keeps on pursuing, and he goes to Frank's parents, asks about Frank. Hey, what's up with your son? He's doing a bunch of crime. I like his parents. They both live in America. They're separated. One has a cool French accent, the chick does. And then we got the father. And he's a con man himself, although he seems like he's just trying to lay low. He's not trying to get any attention on himself. And here he has a frickin' son is like, oh, I'm gonna buy you a Cadillac. Really dumb idea. Oh, Jesus. I'm just thinking, I wonder why the government caught you, Frank. Come on, man. You big spender over here is giving money everywhere, with every which way. What's interesting is how he gets caught. All these dollar bills just printing everywhere. I like the visual message of this too, because it also represents Frank's state of mind. It's just, he's printing money constantly, but he's also going insane. There's too much clutter, and also the Dutch angle is pretty cool. And so he gets caught, right, and gets sent to prison. He spends prison in a couple of different places. France, he gets sick. He gets transported to a United States prison. And part of his probation is, hey, we're the FBI. Can you help us? Actually, not can you. It'll be part of your probation to help us with these fraud checks. Frank's working for the FBI. He's like, oh, this is so boring. All this office work, it's just annoying, and I just want to run away. It would be so boring to do office work over and over and over again for several years on end. Oh man, I feel bad for Frank, but also Frank's like, I'm going to impersonate an airline guy again, a co-pilot. And I like how Carl's on his tail. He's like, hey, we're not stopping you. We just trust that you'll come back on Monday. And he does. And then the movie ends with like, oh, they've had a good relationship. This is actually based on a true story. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, hey, that actually makes a lot of sense. It is a crazy story. Such a crazy story that it has to be true. This guy impersonated a co-pilot. He didn't really drive a plane. He just kind of got a bunch of free rides, so that's a little bit excusable. And then he pretends to be a doctor, which is worse because people's lives are on the line. And then a lawyer, and he's obviously the worst at being a lawyer because the judge that he's talking to in this one scene. He's like giving a bunch of legal speak. He's trying to talk to the jury, but there's no jury, it's just the judge. And so obviously the judge can see right through that. You're not a very good lawyer, dude. He did pass the bar in Louisiana, so that goes to his smarts. But, you know, it's just interesting. His brain is so big. When Frank was a doctor, he met a nurse, and he was like, oh, I'm so much in love with you. And he married her. Got engaged. Right. Didn't get quite married. They got engaged. And then everything comes to a head. He got the FBI's on his tail. They're gonna get him. And he, like, his suitcase is full of money. Pulls him down. Hey. I'm not a doctor or a lawyer. I'm a pilot. I'm running from the U.S. government. Please, do you love me as a person? Do you want to go with me? And she's like, oh, yeah, sure, okay, cool, right? And then, you know, they have this sort of meeting. Oh, we're gonna run away. We're gonna go take this bag. We're gonna meet me at the airport. We're gonna meet each other. It's gonna be cool. And then he pulls up to the airport. She's standing there, and he notices, oh, there's like a bunch of cops here. The chick is involved, trying to set him up. And I'm like, oh God, you're trying to marry this chick? Oh God. Okay, Frank. You need to pull yourself out of this one. And he does get arrested. The way that this movie is told, it's kind of interesting in the sense that it's taken place in like 1969 and then 6 years earlier, and then 1968 and then 6 years earlier. It kind of flips back and forth, but the way that it's edited, it makes sense. I feel like I rambled about this movie long enough. If you've seen this movie, you should go watch it again. If you haven't seen this movie, you just have to watch it. It's much more well put together than I'm able to explain in words at this moment. But you like Leonardo DiCaprio? You like Tom Hanks? Hanking around all over the place? Well, watch this movie. It's a good one. I like the acting a lot. It's strong. There's a lot of good moments in this movie. I like it a lot. There's a lot of small moments and a lot of great character development for Frank. I feel like he learns just things about life in this movie, and he's able to settle down. And I like that at the very end of the movie, it says in text that he has settled down, marries a chick, has some children. He's just chilling now, and I like that. It's a good movie. Go watch it. I would rate this movie. It's a solid 8.4 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want a fast track, a movie review, you can do that for $20. Redeem is at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you like to help support the daily grind, just of all them daily movies, go to this link tree. Find a way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movies, and go here. And until next time, I'm mint salad sauce. You like to buy salad croutons and bacon bits.